Hey everybody, this is Brian LaFleur Jr. You guys also might know me as OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and I'm just happy to announce that this is the final premiere that I'm doing for the NASCAR Diecast News. In fact, the season premiere of the NASCAR Diecast News, Season 10. So welcome, guys. This is also the final season of the NASCAR Diecast News, if you guys don't know already. So, but I promise you guys, with this new setup that we got, it's definitely going to be a great show to start off the new year. And guys, as we get closer and closer to this year, guys, I just want to thank you guys for all your memories and your continued support of this long-running 10-year series. It's going to be 10 years by September. So beyond myself and everybody else in the diecast community, just thank you guys very much. And let's get started with this new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. What's up, Diecast collectors? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and welcome to the Season 10 premiere of the NASCAR Diecast News here on this YouTube channel. As you guys can tell, we got ourselves a lot of new stuff to be talking about for NASCAR Diecast, including some 2020 Diecast, if you guys just saw on the little showcase that we usually do. So we're gonna go ahead and get things off with your newly released Diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales, supplied by Lionel Racing. And like we usually do in the segments, we're going to go through the 164 scale and then go through the 124s and then get through the pre-orders and then the cancellations. So, you know, we got those three basic topics to talk about, but it is the Diecast News after all. Let's get on to the Diecast. So we're getting on to the 164 Diecast and go in numerical order like usual. And the first one up, we got Brad Keselowski's number 2 Miller Lite Genuine Draft Ford Mustang. This is the Dante throwback variant that I'm sure a lot of Rusty Wallace fans are absolutely going to love this car, considering, you know, it is yet another familiar Miller Lite throwback. So really cool. I mean, he did not want in this paint scheme though, compared to the one he ran 2 years ago. But still, what a fantastic looking diecast. And I know my good buddies Diecast Buffet and Race Day 2011 have also supplied reviews for these. I do usually collect the throwback diecast, so maybe I'll probably add this to my list, considering this car will not get released in NASCAR Authentics because, you know, for alcohol reasons. Plus, that's the main reason why that car is on a base, but a solid looking car. And you can also pick this bad boy up in the 124 scale as well. So if you guys, and this might also be one of the last Miller Lite cars that will ever get produced for NASCAR, for not only NASCAR, not NASCAR Authentics, but for, you know, NASCAR Diecast in general, because as you guys know, Miller Lite's contract is not really up, but they are limiting their amount of races, and so far we have not heard any news about them yet. So I don't know, guys. I would recommend getting this one, that's for certain. We do got some Kevin Harvick diecast now to be talking about. We got 2 for 2019, and then we got 1 for this year, guys. Yes, that's right, some 2020 diecast. But let's go on to the past and get on some 2019 diecast. And speaking of past, check out this gnarly car, as I just made a really bad pun right there. It is Kevin Harvick's number 4 Busch Beer Gen X car that he drove at one of the Pocono races. I mean, this is a follow-up / a sequel to the Millennial car that is, you know, pretty much, you know, one of the ugliest looking paint schemes from last year, but also a pretty well-known, famous paint scheme as well for obvious reasons. Thank you, Busch, for being such a cool sponsor and providing us with yet another cool looking car. And to be honest with you guys, I mean, I may not be part of this generation. I mean, I am a millennial, I will admit it. But this Gen X car, man, it kicks ass. It kicks ass, guys. I mean, how can you not like this car, guys? I mean, you got, it's black, it's got gnarly on it, it's fresh. I mean, plus, if you're a racing fan, you guys love checkers, all right? And there is a nice, cool checkered board that is right on top of that diecast. And just, my God, this is just a beautiful looking car, guys. I probably might get this car, but I highly recommend you guys getting this. Way better than a Millennial car, in my opinion, guys. You can also get this car in the 124 scale version as well. And we also got another throwback as well to be talking about, which not really considered a throwback, but he ran this at the throwback race, which is the Southern 500. It's Kevin Harvick's Busch Beer Big Bug Hunter. If you guys remember that little video game that some of you guys might have, like probably at Dave & Buster's or at your little arcade shops, if you guys still have any left. They probably will have this game, and I think that was that was a very unique idea for them. I get what they were trying to go for, but just it not really considered a throwback, to be honest with you guys, especially if you're talking about a NASCAR throwback. So I mean, man, Busch has been doing good so far with the throwbacks, but this one definitely is a disappointment. I mean, I almost mistaked it for the hunting car that he drove a few years ago. So, but still a nice looking car regardless, especially if you guys do love the Busch cars. So can't go wrong with that. And now back to what I said about some 2020 diecast. We do got a new 2020 diecast to be talked about for Kevin Harvick, and it is the Busch Light. Yeah, I'm not kidding you guys. That car actually does say Busch on it. As painfully as that is hard for me to say, but yeah, guys, the Busch Light car. I'm probably only gonna get that car now just to say that all the time. But man, this car has a lot going on in the paint scheme, and such a unique looking car, guys. It really is. I mean, they really upped the paint scheme for this year, guys. I mean, if you look closer in the details, man, you could just see, you know, just the gradient effect, and it's actually a gradient effect that Lionel didn't screw up for once. It's a freaking miracle, right? But freaking awesome looking diecast, but it's also on the Ford Mustang mold, which looks really cool, and it is accurate. And if you look closely, this car actually has a NASCAR Cup Series logo. Yes, we finally got the Cup Series logos back on the 164 diecast. It's about damn time, and damn, it feels so good. But we don't have name banners. I mean, we do have the name banners, but we don't have the front name banners. So yeah, that's a bummer. All right. And speaking of some more 2020 diecast, we also got to be talking about a familiar paint scheme that I probably gonna be the only car that we're going to see ever released this year, considering all the other variants of this car were canceled. It's Denny Hamlin's FedEx Express Toyota Camry. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are, you know, it's a FedEx scheme that, you know, some people hate or love, and you know, it's the same FedEx scheme that, you know, we all know. So what else is new? Plus, if you notice closely, that Lionel is not going to be updating the 2020 diecast for the Toyotas. They will for the Chevrolets, but not for the Toyotas. So Toyota fans like myself, especially you Truex fans, you are going to be, you know, having inaccurate diecast once again. So courtesy of a Lionel for, you know, not updating their tooling, but they will for the Chevrolets though, so that's cool. Speaking of Chevrolets, we do got some more 2019 NASCAR diecast to be talking about, and it is going to be on some Chase Elliott diecast. All right, we got 3 in particular, and we also got a Bubba Wallace diecast as well. So let's get on to it. We got some Hooter diecast, all right, and I'm going to try to be as appropriate as possible, but we got the Give a Hoot card that he drove at the Dover race. As you guys can tell, this does have the green playoff banners on this, so you know, a lot's going on, but you know, it's cool that we finally got a breast cancer card we don't really see that much breast cancer awareness cars anymore. NASCAR used to do those a lot back then, but very few teams do that now, which is disappointing, guys. I mean, heck, even the NFL did it a couple times as well. So just, but, this is basically the regular Hooters scheme that, many Chase Elliott fans do like. I still prefer the 2018 card, to be honest with you guys, if it wasn't for the screwed up metallic finish. Luckily, the metallic finish is not screwed up on this, but it is a great looking diecast. I mean, especially if you guys love pink. So if you guys are a guy and you love rocking pink, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It is 2020. Go out and get yourself this diecast, because honestly, who gives a hoot? Oh God, I got really stop with these fucking with these. Well, there goes my F-bomb right there. Oh well, Copa can't get me now. But yeah, that's that car right there. We got another Hooters car to be talking about. It's actually a pretty restrictive car. It is on a base because it is an alcoholic car. Man, it is the Hooters Spirits car. I hope you guys are in good spirit. Shut up with the puns, Brian. Don't say you're going to be in good spirit when you see this car. Just shut up with it. The Hooters Spirits car, guys. It's an interesting looking paint scheme. He only drove this at the Bristol race, but it is on a base. So if you guys don't like the base diecast, then this diecast ain't gonna work out for you. Especially if you guys just have a hard time getting those bases off. But it does ruin the value of the diecast. But 164 diecasts are considered for kids. But in this particular example, it's for the adult collectibles. So, but a decent looking paint scheme, I will say. Not really much going on, but it's probably the only Chase Elliott alcoholic car that we'll ever get, for all we know. But another Chase Elliott car to be talking about, and it's the familiar Napa scheme that we all know and love, but it is with the Napa Filters. The Napa Filters car that he drove at the Las Vegas race. I personally would love to see this car as the primary Napa car, to be honest with you guys, because this diecast definitely screams the Napa logo, like for real, guys. I mean, and keep an eye on the Napa car, guys, because we'll be talking about that on the pre-orders coming up. But what a great looking diecast, guys. Really is. I mean, it doesn't look like that metallic finish is screwed up on this, but probably in closer detailed reviews, which will be provided by my good buddies Racing 211 and Diecast Buffet. They'll give you guys more opinions about that, because I don't really review the Gold Series cars that much. But if it gets released in NASCAR Authentics, then you'll know me. I'll probably say something about it. But great looking diecast, even though it does have the green playoff banners on it, but not as bad and protruding. Green does kind of go well with blue and yellow. I mean, if you know your colors right, blue and yellow do make fucking green, so just saying. And we got one more 164 diecast to be talked about, and this is going to be one that is very familiar for a lot of fans around my age growing up. It is going to be a Adam Petty throwback. It is Bubba Wallace's number 43 Victory Junction Dawn throwback, which I just mentioned. It is a tribute to Adam Petty's Spree card that he got to drove, I believe, in the Grand National Series. So, man, what a fantastic looking diecast. I mean, it was going to be pretty hard to incorporate this because they don't have, the Spree sponsorship, but with what they got, man, they were able to incorporate this car and this paint scheme, and it looks freaking awesome, man. It's probably, one of the best looking throwback cars that we got released for diecast. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best throwback overall. I mean, I think that goes to freaking Starcom Racing with Landa Castle. I mean, the silver bullet car. Gotta love that. But that's going to wrap up all your 164 diecasts. And now let's get on to the 124 exclusive diecast. These cars are only made in the 124 scale only. And as you guys already know that, we're not getting to see any of these cars produced in the 164 Gold Series. I mean, there might be some that got released for NASCAR Authentics, but I'm sticking just to the Gold Series. So here we guys go. We got actually a somewhat promotional diecast to be talking about, and I gotta give a quick shout out to NASCAR is Coolin' on Instagram for making this post, because I didn't know people actually got this until now. But it is Tyler Reddick's 2019 Megadeth Gimme Radio Chevrolet Camaro for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I mean, for any of you rock fans out there, especially if you guys like Megadeth and Killswitch Engage, I mean, those diecast are expecting to, hit your doorstep anytime soon, especially the Megadeth car, because you guys see right there, it's already been released. So far, you're going to have to get really lucky to find this car, guys. It is currently sold out everywhere from what I know. I mean, they sold out at the Rich Childress shop. I don't think they have it at Tyler Reddick's shop. The Megadeth store has it sold out too, and even the Gimme Radio, which promoted this car, has it sold out. So good luck finding this car, but it is a great looking diecast, guys. It is. I mean, I really can't say too much anything else about it, but a very distinct looking car. And plus, cool to see another Tyler Reddick car produced in the 124 scale, since he is, you know, a 2-time Xfinity Series champion. So, and plus, I'm a rock fan, guys. I mean, I don't really listen to much Megadeth, but I probably will now, considering that they sponsor NASCAR, which, you know, I say that is pretty damn cool. And I just try to be hip right there. Sorry about that. Trust me, I won't dab. For the love of God, I won't dab. Unless Truex does something, then I don't know, guys. Or Pagano wins 500 again. Alright, so next up, we got Kevin Harvick's number 4 Mobile 1 Michigan race win. So this is yet another Ford Mustang car that won at the Michigan race. Ironically, you know, it was a Ford Mustang sweep with Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick, but it was cool to see, you know, a different driver winning the Michigan race. No offense to Logano fans, but he has won there quite a lot. I already probably triggered them. But the Kevin Harvick Mobile 1 car, guys, this car is, you know, really nice looking. I do like this car a lot. It is, you know, a car that you know, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy liking, especially if you guys do like, you know, the basic colors. I mean, this car is pretty basic, but, you know, a great looking diecast, especially this is when Kevin Harvick started picking up, and he went on a 3-win race streak, if I'm mistaken, with New Hampshire, this race, and Indianapolis. So that's when Harvick and Storehouse Racing were starting to really hit the ground running, if you know what I mean. But, great looking diecast, guys. And for any of you watermelon fans out there, Ross Chastain, we got 2 diecasts to be talking about in particular. Well, might as well go and start off with the Xfinity Series, guys, since we're doing everything in numerical order. We got to talk about a Calling racing car. Hopefully to God I pronounced that name right. It is his Ellsworth Advisors Daytona Xfinity race win. Now, I am not really quite sure why this car is mounted on a base. Maybe it be, but it's probably because there's probably an alcohol sponsorship, if I had to guess. Otherwise, I don't know why this car would be on a base. I mean, I know all the ARCs and the Elites are mounted on a base, but they usually don't show it in the pictures, guys. So this car looks like it will be mounted on a base. But, you know, from looking at it, though, it is a great looking diecast. I mean, we really see that much Calling diecast release from Lionel, so really cool to see that. I mean, I think last time we ever had a Calling diecast that were released was probably not Justin Haley, Blake Cook, I think. I almost butchered that name. Hope to God I said that right. But yeah, great looking diecast, guys. I really do like this. I mean, it is simple, but it is a Ross Chastain car. So the Chastain diecast collection is starting to grow for the Lionel collectors. So, you know. And plus, I hope we probably get his 77 Advent Health card on the pre-order list soon, because that is a great looking diecast, especially since it has the watermelons. Speaking about more watermelons, we also got to talk about a truck win from Ross Chastain as well, and it is his number 45 car shield that he won at the Gateway racetrack. Well, I'm sorry, the Worldwide Technology Raceway, but who the hell says that? I mean, goddamn. That's like saying, you know, IMS and Phoenix. Oh, wait, that's not a thing anymore. But yeah, Gateway, you know, I'm an IndyCar fan. We're calling it Gateway, and that's how it always should be. Sorry, sponsors. You can't take the names of racetrack away from me, so. But yeah, the Gateway Race Win truck. Another great looking truck, guys. I mean, Ross Chastain's had a lot of cool paint schemes from 2019 that he brought into victory lane. I mean, this one it isn't as, you know, confettied up as it is as the Kansas win with the True North Paul Jr. Designs truck, but this diecast still looks really cool. It really does, especially if you guys love the truck diecast. And how appropriate that the box actually matches quite well with the paint scheme. I mean, that usually doesn't happen too well, so I just find that kind of funny. So, I mean, if you want to display it with the box, I mean, there you go. It does match up quite well, so. But next up, we got to talk about a car that was released in the 164 scale, but for NASCAR Authentics, but this is still considered a 124 exclusive, and it is another Don's Throwback car. It is Joey Logano's number 22 Shell Pennzoil Don's Throwback, which is a throwback to one of his rivals in NASCAR, Kevin Harvick. So I still find that pretty freaking hilarious, but Shell Pennzoil has sponsored both teams with RCR and Team Penske, so kind of makes sense that they were able to do that. I'm surprised they got away with that, guys. But my God, I mean, if you guys grew up watching NASCAR from, you know, the 2000s era, this car, especially in the 2010 eras, in the 2010 era as well, because that's a past decade now. I mean, holy crap. Aren't we all getting freaking old? But yeah, what a great looking diecast, guys. I mean, I did mention more details about this on my Wave 10 diecast review for NASCAR Authentics, but I'm planning to do a diecast review of this when Wave 10 hits the stores, so tune in for that when another What's in Stores 18 comes out. But must I say, man, it's a shame that car got canceled in the Gold Series for 164, but at least we got it for NASCAR Authentics. But the 124 collectors out there are in luck, because this diecast does look pretty freaking cool. All right, we got 3 more 124s to be talking about. Then we're going to take a little break and then get back on to the rest of the diecast news. So, next up, we got the Biffle, man. The Biffle is back, and he managed to pull off a fantastic win in the Truck Series. We got to talk about the Biffle, the Biff, Greg Biffle, and number 51 Toyota Texas Truck Race Win Toyota Tundra. Such a simple paint scheme with the matte finish to it, but I mean, what a comeback right here for Greg Biffle. I mean, he didn't really announce anything about him retiring from NASCAR. He just kind of just stepped out of the blue of a way. I mean, kind of pulled a car leverage, but without an announcement to it. I mean, it looks like he knew that Roush was starting to fall apart from then, but my God, it was really cool that, you know, I mean, I props to Kyle Busch for giving this guy, you know, an opportunity like that. I mean, that was really cool. I mean, I know Kyle Busch has said a lot of controversial things, but, you know, as a car owner, he really knows his stuff. And putting Greg Biffle in this 51 car definitely proved it compared to other drivers like Brandon Jones. Just saying. I'm not trying to be like Kamikaze, but I'm just saying. So, but I mean, fantastic looking diecast. I mean, especially if you guys were at this Texas race, guys. I know Diecast Buffet will love to see Biffle run it again, guys. Because, my God, this diecast is just immaculate. Just fantastic looking diecast. I mean, the Toyota hair is probably going to hate this truck, but who really cares? I mean, my God, this is the Biffle, man. How can you not like this car? I mean, I said car again, didn't I? Every freaking time. Every freaking time. It's just gonna happen every episode, guys, when I mention a truck. Oh boy. That's gonna be a gag for every freaking video I do now. But oh well. You guys like my script too, I mean, but yeah. We got 2 more also to review as well. We got another Daytona race version we talked about. It is a first cup, another person that ironically won his first cup race, and it's probably, I would say, in my opinion, I mean, if you guys watch Dave DeLand's top 10 moments from 2019, this was, you know, one of the moments up there, especially for NASCAR. It is Justin Haley's number 77 Fraternal Order of Eagles Daytona race win, which is also win number 1 for Justin Haley in the NASCAR Cup Series. So, I'm loving this paint scheme, guys, but I'm not liking how Lionel kind of fooled us in thinking that this car was going to have a rain cover. I mean, if you guys saw the diecast renders of this, it wasn't really actually a render, but the actual photo, the car was portrayed with the rain cover, and we were thinking, all right, are they going to go back to the times where racing champions made rain covers for the NASCAR diecast? But then again, I thought about it. It's Lionel. They're too cheap to even make a freaking rain cover. I mean, my God. No, they're like, they would just put a sheet of paper on it and put decals on it and somehow screw up the decals. I'm just saying. But still, a great looking diecast, guys. I'm really digging I mean, Justin Haley and the Fraternal Order Eagles paint scheme. I mean, it's a simple paint scheme, but I really do like it a lot. And cool to see in Victory Lane, even though it was considered a very lucky win. You know, if Kurt Busch and Matt McCall didn't make that call, then, you know, we could have been talking about a different winner. But I can't complain. That was an exciting, that was a pretty entertaining race to check out, if I do say so myself, for 2019. And the last 124 exclusive to be talking about, we got to talk about Alex Bowman's number 88 Valvoline Patriotic Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Henry Motorsports that he drove at the Daytona race. So first time we ever got a patriotic scheme released for Valvoline. And I must say, I mean, I didn't really like it at first, but looking at the diecast now, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it definitely screams America, if you know what I mean. I mean, it definitely has that America vibe to it. I'm trying my best not to sound like Hank Hill from King of the Hill, because, you know, I don't want any copyrights. But, yeah, great looking diecast that we got right here. Feel free to comment below which diecast are you looking forward to get, and hopefully you guys will provide some reviews on these, because, you know, I'm always looking forward to, you know, see your guys' content with the diecast reviews and your guys' opinion. But now, time to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the pre-orders and the cancellations. Stay tuned, everybody. Alrighty, guys. Hope you guys had a nice snack break and a piss break, wherever you guys had to do. But, you know, that's probably the good thing about these ads. And I'm hoping I'm going to try to run the ads a little more concise now, considering, you know, I'm trying to get this whole new layout just set up as organized as I can. Because, like I said, this final season of the Diecast News is going to go out with a bang, and hoping to bring you guys the best of the best. But anyways, enough of me just talking like a madman. Let's get back on to what we got to talk about now, and that is the pre-orders. We got 7 new pre-orders to be talking about on this diecast list, and you guys know me, I'm going to go through down these pre-orders like it is nothing. So better follow along, because things will get a little quick here on the Diecast News. So first up, we got Dale Jr.'s Hellman's card that he'll be driving at the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. So, you know, it's, some people might consider this car a disappointment, to be honest with you guys. I mean, a lot of people do want to see the iconic number 8 car from DEI, but, you know, due to, you know, Teresa Earnhardt, and we can't have that happening. But, you know, it is a basic looking diecast. I mean, it's basically, they kind of inverted the colors from the Don's throwback car and just changed up the blue a little bit. That's how I see it. But, you know, I mean, if you guys like yellow diecast, and if you guys really love your mayonnaise, and this will be a great diecast to hit the pre-order button for. And this is available in all versions, guys. 124 ARC and 124 164. They don't make elites for the 124 ARCs for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So 124 ARC and 164, those are up for that. Next up, we got some Chase Elliott diecast. We got his primary Napa scheme, which, you know, I mean, besides lower contingency sponsors, the $1 million question today is, will this car have another screwed up metallic finish for the 3rd year in a row? No one lie now, it's probably going to happen, but the Chevrolet diecasts are expected to not hit until June because of the new updated mold that they're going to have. So yeah, the Chevrolet fans, especially Henry Motorsports fans, you guys have to wait that long to get your Chase Elliott and other Henry Motorsports diecast. But the next one I'm looking forward to be talking about that just also got released with the Hellman's car. It is this is the car that Chase Elliott will be driving at the Daytona Clash, or I'm sorry, the Busch Clash. My God, that feels good to say that again. Brings back a lot of great memories. But yeah, this is the Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Henry Motorsports. A very different looking paint scheme we got going on right here. I mean, it's basically the Mountain Dew scheme that we all know and love, but it's black and it has a white number and green stripes. So they kind of inverted the paint scheme, but hey, it looks pretty nice. Especially it's going to be cool under the lights at Daytona. So, wow, what a great looking diecast. And my God, how long did it took for Mountain Dew to finally get onto the zero sugar craze? I mean, heck, Coca-Cola has been doing that for quite a while. So Pepsi, you're calling it a little late to that, but heck, oh well. I mean, I don't really drink soda, but feel free to comment below if you guys have tried it and see if it tastes any good, because I used to drink a shitload of Mountain Dew, but, you know, once I reached 24, I'm like, hey, fuck the Dew, I gotta drink water. So, next up, we got Ryan Blaney's number 12 Dex Imaging Ford Mustang. Same paint scheme that we've had the last 2 years, but last year's version was canceled and we never got into the Ford Mustang mold. So this is another opportunity to go out and get this diecast produced on the Ford Mustang mold. So hoping it will get made, and especially me being a Ryan Blaney fan, hoping you guys are going to pre-order it, not just for my sake, but for all the other Blaney fans out there, or if you just really love the Team Penske diecast. Now, another paint scheme that I still don't mind, but I think it's going to need a change eventually. It is Joey Logano's number 22 Shell. Oh, I almost said Shell Pennzoil car. Well, one of those is right. It's his Pennzoil car that he usually drives at the Las Vegas race, because, you know, it is sponsored by Pennzoil. I mean, just saying. But yeah, the Pennzoil Ford Mustang diecast, guys. Besides the Jiffy Lube logo that is on the quarter panel, I don't really see too much different about this diecast, but, you know, still a great looking diecast regardless. The Gatto fans are still gonna like this car. I still like it as well. I mean, definitely still gives me a little bit of a vibe with the Yellow Submarine. I mean, it's not a Yellow Submarine car by any way, shape, or form, but it does give me that vibe for it, because, you know, plus the Pennzoil diecast always look freaking cool. And the next two are going to be pretty disappointing for the Henry Motorsports fans out there, but some people still might like these schemes. We got William Byron's 2020 Exalta Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Henry Motorsports. It looks like on the render that this looks like it's gonna be they're going back to the black, kind of like what Jeff Gordon did, or that's just the diecast render. I mean, because I do see a little bit of a blue tint right there where the 24 is. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a really dark blue, or it is going to be like a bluish black. I don't know, but who knows? With Lion-O, they can make it any color they want because, you know, they're Lion-O. They love screwing up diecast, but still a great look at diecast, even though you guys might get tired of this flame scheme, but you can't go wrong with the flame scheme, guys. This is probably going to be an iconic card to get, that's for certain. Especially, hopefully, we're going to see William Byron freaking win in this car now because, you know, he's starting to get pretty good now. And I feel like the third year, that's when he could start showing his strength. Just like his teammate Alex Bowman, which, by the way, I'm showing next, his Exalta car. Yeah, I mean, again, just like the Exalta William Byron car. I mean, same scheme that we all know and love. But the $1 million question today is how much sponsorship is Exalta going to sponsor for Alex Bowman, considering Nationwide has dropped sponsor. So they're going to be considered mostly a main sponsor from what we see. So this is going to be the main primary for Alex Bowman, which is cool. But I'm hoping for 2021 we do get a change up. But, you know, it's still a great look at diecast. I mean, Exalta always has some great look at paint schemes. But, you know, and this does look a lot more darker too. So maybe they could go for a darker blue. But, heck, it could be the same scheme that it could be in the same results like the other 2 years. So, I don't know. The diecast renders always are misleading sometimes. So don't believe it until you see the diecast form or when the prototypes hit. Catch the fix for that crap. But that's going to wrap up on the pre-orders, guys. And now it's time to get to the turning point in this episode. Time to get our bitches face on because it's time to bitch about some cancellations. Yep. We got it right here, guys. So we do got 6 new cancellations and 5 of them are from this year. So already looking great for 2020. But we do got one 2019 diecast in particular that has been canceled in both scales. And it is your 2-time Xfinity Series champion. I mean, I did mention we were going to mention his name again. It's Tyler Reddick's number 2 Alsco Xfinity Series champion. I mean, this car was already a fail to begin with, guys. It definitely was. I mean, this was not even the car that he ran and won the championship with. I mean, I can't even remember when he freaking drove this Alsco car. I mean, heck, the last time we ever got an Alsco scheme produced was with Daniel Hemrick, I think, when he drove the 21 car in. I think that was a promo? I don't know. I might have to look at Bushwhackers reviews again if they're around now. Thank you, Copa. But, yeah, the Tyler Reddick Alsco scheme. I mean, I don't really got so much to say about this. I mean, you guys know me. You guys know my opinions about the championship logos on top of the roof. I really despise them. So, yeah. I mean, I know the Break fans are going to be pretty upset because it's the second year in a row that his championship diecasts have been canceled. So, it's a shame. But, you know, we are getting his Homestead race version from what it looks like. So, heck, that's probably the better version to get anyways. I mean, heck. I mean, the car even says Team the Beast on it. So, heck. If that doesn't encourage you to go out and get the diecast, I don't know what will. But now let's get on some 2020 diecasts. So some of these are going to be, you know, pretty underwhelming. I mean, nothing really surprising since most of these paint schemes are pretty much exactly the same. But for the Keselowski fans out there, you guys are going to hit pretty big on this episode. Yeah, these next I'm about to show you are all Keselowski cars, so not looking good, especially with the news I heard with Miller Lite. So 2020 is not looking good for Keselowski diecast, guys. So this car is canceled in all scales, 124 Elite, ARC, and 164. It is his Alliance Truck Parts Ford Mustang for Team Penske. Again, a familiar scalp scheme that a lot of people might know. I think it might be a good time now for it to invert the colors or change up the paint scheme design. You know, Worth was able to do it, and Auto Trader did it too. Alliance, it's time to give this paint scheme a new overhaul. I expect a new paint scheme for this car for 2021, especially with the brand new Gen 7 car. So not surprising right there, but still disappointing regardless. But you can always get the 2019 variant because it's practically exactly the same. So not really a bust for sure. Next up, speaking of the Auto Trader scheme, that's also been canceled in every single scale. So it won't be produced in diecast form in any way, shape, or form. 124 Elite, 124 ARC, and 164. So, you know, I don't mind this Auto Trader scheme, but we've already had this car released last year and not much differences to it. I mean, so maybe we'll see in NASCAR Authentics again, but hope to God we don't because we already got it released in NASCAR Authentics. So, again, not another big surprise to be honest with you guys, considering this is basically just like his 2019 scheme. And furthermore, we got ourselves yet another Brad Keselowski car, but it will be made in the 124 ARC and 164 scale. It's only canceled in the Elite version, guys. So 124 Elite collectors really are going to hate this news. It's Brad Keselowski's Wabash National Ford Mustang. So, and I already did a review on the Wabash National car for Ryan Blaney. It's basically just that car, except it has white rims on it. So, but we already got that scheme released again, like I mentioned with the other two. We already had those diecast released last year. So I don't know, guys. It's not looking good for the Keselowski cars right there. But this one in particular, I'm a little disappointed, but it is also only canceled in the 124 Elite version. It is Austin Dillon's number 3 Dow Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. So this is, I believe one of the first Chevrolet diecasts that we got canceled, for what I know. So, yeah, it's basically the Dow scheme that we've had from last year, but they decided to use, well, actually, this is what the 2019 scheme should look like, but Lionel never got the updating for it, and it looks like that's going to be the same thing with the Truex diecast for his Bass Pro's car. Hope to God not, because my God, I'm going to absolutely go ape shit when that car comes out. And probably going to be another Ram review, so just saying. But yeah, the Austin Dillon car, I mean, I'm actually surprised that Dow continued their sponsorship, considering they lacked a lot of sponsorship last year. I mean, there was a lot of unfamiliar sponsors that I saw with Austin Dillon. I was like, where the hell is Dow? But probably this explains it right here, but only the Elite collectors are missing out on this, so can't say I'm not surprised. And the final cancellation to wrap up this first episode of the NASCAR Diecast News Season 10, it is another Auto Trader car. It is Joey Logano's number 20. Well, number 20? Number 20. Oh God, we're going back to the Home Depot days. Oh boy. Oh boy. It is his 2020 Joey Logano number 22 Auto Trader Ford Mustang. My God, you guys love when I just mess up, and I just majorly screwed up right there. But hey, I don't edit my videos, so hope you guys are laughing your ass off after my little mistake right there. Sorry, I thought Joey Logano was still with Joe Gibbs Racing. But for real though, guys, even though this diecast really threw me off, and I mean, you can probably kind of mistake it for the Home Depot scheme if you are heavily drunk and, just smoke a lot of fucking pot. But honestly, guys, for real, this diecast was canceled in 124 Elite, 124 ARC, and 164 scale. So just like the Auto Trader and the Alliance cars from Brad Keselowski, that has joined the list, and it will not be made entirely in diecast form in any way, shape, or form. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this pretty lengthy episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. I hope you guys enjoyed this nice little simple setup of the Diecast News. I really wanted to make this last season very simple for you guys. But yeah, guys, just thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for your continued support. And with one episode down, we got plenty more to review for the Diecast News. So until more news comes, and hopefully these videos will get shorter, this has been OBB, Diecast News Guy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you all, guys. Let's get on with the next episode with the Diecast News. So I'm going to head out right now.